Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video.
Greetings everybody, let's update our view on euro currency. So you can see the upside action that we discussed yesterday has happened, but at the same time recently it was a really important session. So it was the press conference of the Jerome Powell, so maybe you have read about this, and he said a lot of interesting things. So actually it brought some volatility on the market. So in two words speaking, he said that overall tariff policy that Donald Trump is trying to turn to life is actually significantly increases the inflation pressure. So that is not actually something new. But at the same time, he said that effect of the inflationary effect now seems larger than we thought initially. So he has given a hint that the inflationary expectations currently undervalued. So if we consider the level of these expectations that we actually mention every time in our weekly reports, which currently stands around 6% already, as long-term inflationary expectations. So it means that he suggests that probably they might be even higher. This is first moment. And second moment, what seems even more important, and he said that actually currently it seems that Fed stands in a position where they still will have to consider probable rate hike, not the cut the rate, but the hike. As you know, this is totally contradicts to the market expectations. It's now considering 2 or 3 rate cuts in this year. This might happen only in one situation, if the United States economy will collapse with a straightforward fast collapse in a recession. In a way, how this has happened in the previous crises in 2008, 2019. So only in this case, Fed might start cutting the rate. But Jerome Powell said absolutely different thing. Here is also some political background that, as you know, that Donald Trump is a big fan of the rate cutting. So every time he piking the Jerome Powell and forcing them to start cutting the rate. So it seems that Jerome Powell steps on the way on the direct confrontation with the current government, and that's also doesn't bring some actually stability to the markets and confidence. So that's maybe really hot and tough game. So although we do not see a really very big reaction on the market here, except maybe the gold, and the gold you can see that's significantly higher. But even on the euro currency, it seems that some nervousness we could recognize here. So what we're going to do currently on the euro. In general, the plan that we discussed and we have still valid. And I do not see currently the big signs that actually is breaking it apart. So I think that here euro keeps the bullish context. It's potentially good land market to show the upper continuation and hit the 115 or slightly higher area. So on a 4-hour time frame chart, that's the pattern that potentially could lead market to this target. So you can see 115.30 is the first extension of the butterfly pattern that might happen if euro will break out of the triangle that we are considering already for 2 days. The one tricky moment here is a grubber has been formed on the top. The story with this grubber is a bit tricky because the grubber exists on a spot market. If you will check charts of the big retail brokers such as the Saxo Bank, FXCM in my case, Oanda, so you will find that all of them probably have this grubber. But at the same time, if you take a look at the dollar index, you do not have this grubber on the full time frame chart. This first moment. On the futures market, in the nearest contract, which is the June, we also do not have this grubber. So as you understand, this is 50-50 situation. In general, following the pattern, because this invention of the Judd Napoli, he appeals to the futures market. He said, if you see the grabber, but you're not sure that this exists, especially on all of the counter markets, such as the Forex, check on the futures, on exchange traded market. If it doesn't exist, it means that you should not take it into consideration. But I still inform you that it stands in place, and we still should be ready to react fast if we will see some action that doesn't correspond to normal bullish performance. So this is just the marking that I put here. Now, particular to the trading process, take a look at the 30-minute chart. That's where I'm watching for. Here are some interesting moments exist. First of all, you could see that the shape of the hand shoulders that we were considering actually performs great. Market hits the neckline, now shows downward action, and hits the first support areas around 113.50. Sorry guys, lots of lines here. All of them I need to just discuss. So this is the point where, in the current circumstances, I would not take the whole position, the bulk of my position. If you would like to, you could try to take here the part of your position. Because the thing that I see in a circle makes me think that it might be ABC reaction to the 618 support around 113.20 area, or maybe slightly higher, but that might be the shape of the ABCD pattern. Because as you could see, right here, market clearly is forming the shape of the minor hand and shoulders pattern. It absolutely doesn't make impact on the overall picture, doesn't break the bullish context. It just tells that potentially we could get deeper retracement in the shape of the ABCD. And strictly speaking, the deeper retracement, deeper shoulder, totally agrees with the harmony of the pattern, because here the shoulder also stands relatively deep, right? So appearing the shoulder around 618 support seems absolutely natural. So that being said, the conservative approach, if you would like to take position right on spot and you're ready to get the situation where you will get no position if market will turns up earlier, that's your option. So you're watching for this URN for taking the position around 1320. Just wait for this construction will be completed, wait for this ABCD, calculate with the more precision the target when the points will be in place, and then consider taking the position. If you in general want to take the position somewhere on a good price, then your choice will be to split the position in parts. So for instance, you could try and take the position here, some part, 30% maybe, 35, 40%, and then see what will happen. So if this pattern will fail, market just keep going higher, that's great. You will have at least the half of your trading lot, and you will take the part in the trade. If we will be correct and we will get this one, you could add the rest of your position somewhere here, or you could use some different methods. For instance, place the stop at the break even. If upward direction will not happen immediately, market drop, your position, initial position will close at the break even, then you take the bulk of the position here. So you know it better than me. So I think that I should not explain you these things because you're doing it every day. My task here is just to show you the possible scenarios and why these scenarios are possible. So what are they based on? In particular, on these potential hand and shoulders. For scalp traders who trade on the 5-minute chart, 15-minute chart, I don't consider the setups because they are too small. But potentially, you also could try to use these hand shoulders for the bearish trade on this ABC pattern. Potentially, it is possible. But since we are mostly dealing with a daily chart, follow time frame chart, our context remain bullish, and we're mostly watching for larger scale patterns. So that in towards what we have. Let's see what will happen. Potentially, overall scenario looks really interesting.